familiar with what is happening in Kano, for example. The handling of the federal government in this COVID war, how are you impressed with it?
Well, let me tell you one thing from my own angle. First of all, for the federal government to come to any state to give its own support and to take over, they must work with the state governments, definitely. But the sad part of it is that the state government in Kano was being a little bit more political than being proactive in the first instance. All states, if you look at Lagos, for instance, Lagos has done so much first in identifying isolation centers and providing all the necessary amenities needed, including training of the medical doctors. But if you look in Kano, there was no any specific treatment or training that was given to the medical doctors in Kano, and even the state government didn't do quite enough in that particular ground. The state governor always keeps saying he has identified 3 isolation centers. One of the isolation centers he always talks about is the Dawakin Kudu, Konet Dawakin Kudu Isolation Center. It was donated by Pfizer. It has been there in existence. The other isolation center, it was a donation by Aliko Dangote. And the third isolation center, which is in Nasarawa local government, was a hospital which was built long ago and was launched by President Muhammadu Buhari. So there was nothing new that was there in place. As I'm speaking to you today, if I will tell you what is happening in Kano, 70% of the medical doctors in Kano have all absconded and abandoned their duty posts because they are scared. They have not been provided with the personal protective garments which they can use so that they can protect themselves. The only thing the state hospitals and even the Amina Kano Teaching Hospital is attending to are the accident and emergencies. When you go to the hospital, you find that quite a large number of people waiting to even see the doctors. The doctors that are there even at the accidents and emergency, they are crying, they are suffocating. There is no motivation. I'm telling you, it is a very, very, very sad development what is happening.
So guys, when we say that these people do not have anything to offer, they just want to get the power to go to the, to continue with the status quo, go to the center to go and collect money, come and pay salaries if they want to. At times, they don't even pay the salary, they just keep it somewhere and begin, to go and bank it somewhere or fixed deposits and begin to get some kind of shares. They will delay salaries. They will know that's a different ballgame entirely. What do they really bring to the table apart from getting money from the center? What are the things? They just still move around circles. They move around circles. They just be doing the rigmaroling. The same thing, just be doing petty jobs. Like I always say, yeah jobs. Those are the projects they embark on. You can imagine somebody who has a foresight. Those are the things that would have been put in place. And believe you me, it's not as if they don't know all of this is what they need to do. But because of the greed, you can be asking me, let's be asking that question. As big as Kano is, because they want to equate themselves to Lagos, as big as it is, the population they have there, according to the statistics we've been getting, whether it is true or not, but at least from what is on paper, that kind of a place is more, maybe it is even the second largest whatever in the country. Whether it's the first, I wouldn't know, because there's a way they always categorize that particular state, meaning that no foresight. With all the money they always get, what do? Nothing. You can imagine doctors, as 70% of them, of the doctors there are running. Why would they not run? No wonder the man said he needs the governor said he needs 15 billion naira. Okay, if you get the 15 billion naira, what have they been doing? The allocation they've been getting all this while. I want to be there. The problem is that our people will never learn. You will see that some people will now come out and be defending again. Some people say, who do Nigerians? Who do us? They will still come out and be defending what is not. You want those doctors to be there to do what? Now they've not been able to tell us what actually happened, what has been taking people's lives. Just like that, they are telling us whether medically there's something that they call mysterious death, so we should just take mysterious death and nothing will happen. People are saying it's COVID. Some people are saying it is maybe the rice they shed or whatever, or some are even talking about vaccine. Then the Emir came out and told us that, Emir of Kano told us that no, nobody should listen to all those kind of stories that it's COVID-19. No, that the Ministry of Health told them that it was not COVID-19. Then what happened? They could not answer. But you can imagine what is happening. You can imagine. The last has not been heard of the mysterious death plaguing Kano State in Nigeria's northwest. In the past week, over 640 people have died on unconfirmed illness, and the death toll grave diggers say is unprecedented. Many Nigerians have been quick to point to the coronavirus as the likely cause of the death, given the symptoms some of the disease reportedly exhibited. The Kano State government has, however, come out to debunk those claims. The state government claimed the deaths were as a result of malaria. Like, seriously? President Buhari, in his address to Nigerians last night, imposed a 2-week lockdown on the state and asked the Nigerian Center for Disease Control to get to the roots of the matter regarding the mysterious death in the state. Speaking on China's television politics today, a public affairs analyst, Mohammed Jamo, claimed that over 70% of the doctors in Kano State have absconded from their duty posts. He blamed the crisis on the effectiveness of the state government to provide personal protective equipment and other amenities for doctors in the state. He also went further to criticize the state government for playing politics with the death in the state by trying to downplay the scale of the crisis. Mohammed said that doctors in the state were scared of their lives as they had received no training or sensitization on how to handle COVID-19 cases. So guys, you all heard from the video, you heard the analyst, you heard what he talked about. Everything in this country is politics, politics, politics. Politics playing with the lives of people. And somebody was saying that even the politicians themselves, they don't even like themselves, judging from what happened at Abakari's burial. All of them knowing fully well that they are supposed to be distancing themselves in any gathering, which they are not even supposed to gather in the first place. All the things they told us, how the burial of anybody who died of this COVID-19, should go. They flattered everything. If people are just going there, oh, for me to be noticed, for them to know that I was there or something, not even considering your own life, what else do you expect those kind of people to do? Those people do not even value their own life. How would they be able to value other people's lives? You see what is happening, the case of Amajiri all over the place. They will tell you, oh, we are born to rule. Oh, we know how to play politics. In fact, it is just an act of ignorance, an act of stupidity that you'll be hearing such a thing. But at the end of the day, with what you are bragging with, what have you achieved? See, every form of vices is embedded there in that region. We know that those vices are all over the place, but it's obvious. It's so loud there. Very, very obvious. It's at its peak over there. You can imagine, with all the money they got, with all whatever they got, yet they could not plan for this thing. Some of the states that have not been affected, now instead of them to start planning, because even Nigeria as a country, we had opportunity, we had enough time to have planned before now, because this syndrome, oh, it is not my portion, this is not my portion. Those who have been saying, oh, they wanted to stop us from serving God, as if those, even some Christians, even before it came to Nigeria, when the old thing started, when people were like, let them close the church. Oh, some people say, oh, these are antichrist, this are this and that, this and this and that. They think everything is just spiritual. God is God. Nobody is disputing that. But he has given us responsibilities. There are some things that we need to do ourselves. He has his own responsibility. He cannot do everything for us. I'm not saying in that context, though, because some people now say, oh, they cannot do everything. God can do everything. But he wants us to be responsible. He wants us to be responsible. God is a provider of everything. I'm just trying to digress a bit. He's the provider of all things. But that does not mean that you are not going to work. He said it's in the word. If you don't work, he who does not work will not eat. So what are we talking about? So you want God to go to the market for you? You want God to go to the to the kitchen and cook the food that you've bought, or what? No. Anyhow, he's going to provide. He's going to provide for you, but you have to make some move. So that is how it works. Oh, they don't want us to serve God. They don't want to do this and that, this and that. All of them now, have they not learned their lesson? Have they not learned their lesson? In as much everybody is agitating or craving for the lockdown to be lifted, that does not mean that we should just be careless. By Monday, mostly the 3 places that have been on lockdown by the federal government, that by the time they will lift it on Monday, that does not mean that we should just leave ourselves like that. We should not leave ourselves like that. Please, I beg Nigerians, don't just leave yourself like that. You need to be careful. Nobody needs to tell anybody now. You can imagine doctors absconding. Must anybody tell you? They know what is happening. They know what is obtainable. So that's why everybody must be careful. You don't need to be told to try to distance yourself from people, to take all those precaution measures for you to be for you to be alive for yourself. Not only to be alive, to be healthy. Honestly, those who, if you have like the common sickness we are always battling with is malaria. Once you are done with malaria, you just everything, you'll just be tired of everything. Once you are uncomfortable with your body system, you just be hungry. Not to talk of something that you know that is dicey. So just for you to be healthy, like they always say, health is wealth. So everybody needs to be careful. See what is happening in Kano State now. No proper things in place. What they ought to have planned for. We needed to have planned before now. No, they will not do it. They are looking for billions. They are looking for whatever until they will give them money. Like I always say, what do these people bring to the table? Those are the things that we ought to have been prepared for. They have preempted all of these things before now. They will come to government. No, that is not what they are talking about. But now, very soon, they are going to come for this particular man. So, guys, let us hear your opinion. Leave your comment below and let's have your take.